Welcome to the Bad Brothers podcast. You may have seen a couple days ago, I posted a picture of the recording process we have tonight as we record. Whenever you're listening, I don't know. Could be today, could be during the day, could be at night, could be 90 degrees, could be 65 degrees. I don't know when you're listening. And you can hear in the background Will dropping his phone or something. And he's flipping himself back and forth. That's right. We're on FaceTime tonight. Why'd you make a face like, what am I talking?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You were flipping yourself.
How?
I don't know.
This?
Yeah, that.
It's making it flip?
Yes. One's like the natural. It's like those things where it's like the filters where it shows or whatever. Right. Wait, do it the other way. You do look weird like that.
Okay, all I'm doing is hitting the menu, and that's when it does it.
Yeah. Yeah, right there like that, you're flipped.
That's weird. That's just me opening the menu.
You look like two different people.
Well, and the light is uneven.
Yeah, exactly. It's like so distracting, but in a funny way. Dude, what a world we live in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. We could just talk.
You got one of those football player heads.
I look like...
those linemen when they retire and they have the 17 rows of wrinkles on there.
Oh, yeah. I have that on my forehead.
Yeah, so we're outside tonight, and I need to give you a warning right up top. You will, and the listener, that we may have to hold for noise out here because I'm in the airport. I'm in the flight path of Gig Harbor International Airport, or whatever it's called, Tacoma Narrows Airport. And I have a question. I've been meaning to look this up, but most communities have like noise restrictions and stuff like that. So I guess like Tammy is telling me the air show got canceled for this year because they couldn't get permits or something. I don't know. I just moved here.
That sounds like something Gig Harbians would shut down.
I know, but the news story on it was weird because it made it sound like there's just one guy who happens to be in charge of the permits who didn't want it to happen. Yeah, but maybe that's why he gets himself in charge of the permits. And why would you? I mean, you got to look out for your community, not
right.
Anyways, but my question is, if noise is such a big deal, I mean, it's almost 10 o'clock now. I mean, sometimes at 11, 12, you'll get like a jet goes pretty fast, but it's got a whine to it, so it's not quite as loud. But sometimes the helicopters come in low at night, and they are loud.
I just learned that it's the tail rudder. Some pilot just told me this. Tail rudder messes with the air, and then when the regular rudder cuts through that's where you get the That's what I just learned.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because
from one random guy.
That makes sense because the spin, you'll probably only get a little bit of noise.
Yeah, but then it's like those two counteracting, fighting with each other.
the neighbors like
the helicopters that have the like cover over the tail.
Yeah.
Those ones are quieter.
But anyways, here we go. This is just one of the little. There's all the little Cessna type little prop ones that come through. They're not so bad, and not that many of those come at night because those are just like recreational flyers. They're not doing a lot of nighttime.
And a lot of them only have their licenses for flying by sight, so they couldn't fly at night anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Every once in a while you hear one because you can just tell by the engine. Sometimes the jets come in because they have the, I don't know, business or whoever's renting a jet.
That's what I went on for that bachelor party.
Oh, yeah?
Out of that airport.
But yeah, I don't know why the helicopters come in. And they get freaky loud.
Some other Richie.
So, anyways, so why are you going to cancel a daytime, like, flight show, air show?
Yeah. For the people.
Oh, this is my thing. Don't they have, I mean, I have heard of this, like airports have like times you can come in or whatever. Why isn't there a fine for coming over here at midnight or whatever?
I don't know.
That's what they do. That's what they do in those some of those big city airports. Like LA, you can only fly out certain angles at certain time of day and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember sometimes I'd be at the when I worked at the apartments in Tacoma by the mall. We'd go up on the roof in the morning and have coffee, and then we'd catch the giant C-17 or whatever guys coming out of the base and just like swooping over the city. It looked like they're like coming straight at you.
Oh, dude, I'm on the 12th floor of my building, and they're usually a little further away, but every once in a while they fly closer. It is.
Yeah.
So I do have flashbacks of my senior year of high school, first week of school.
What was that?
I don't know. I haven't forgot. Never forget.
Never forgotten it. Was that the same year as that earthquake?
Yes.
There's probably lots of Christians saying the world was ending that year.
Yeah, probably.
In Washington, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think the earthquake was at the beginning of the year because I think those were different school years.
February 28, 2001.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I had to go to the dentist that day.
I know, and then you were late to school.
And then I was like literally standing in between the 8 glass doors, and I could see the ripples coming down the hallway.
Crazy.
Dude, everybody was rippling then.
Hey. And then 6.5 months later, Pete Davidson lost his father. Chris Stefano's mom tripped, scraped her knee, hit someone with a chair. Just name everything that happened besides.
Oh, man.
I was going to say, remember when you're talking about how, here's an update from previous episode, insert episode number here.
Yeah.
When you're talking about going to Target and you go to pick up things and you get ignored.
I've always said that, and I have never inserted the old episode ever.
I know. So I go, Lauren sent me to Target on the way home to pick up something, and I go in there, and it was the Kent one because I was coming from Seattle, and which is pretty, I feel like it's as busy as that Tacoma one, but they are there's like it's not a separate area. It's just like a desk with where they do returns, and then there's also just another desk that doesn't have a computer, but the sign above it says pickup.
Yeah.
And there is just so much stuff there, I think, from returns.
Oh, they don't have a good spot?
Right. There's just carts full of crap. No, not organized at all. It's just stuff everywhere.
The Silverdale one's like that now.
And you can see, like, in the back, there's just stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And, like, geez. And times they're helping someone with a return. This lady was spending like 20 minutes returning a small little thing of that. I think it's Myers, like the organic healthy soap, laundry soap.
Yeah.
It was like $7 because I was, of course, watching her whole transaction.
Yeah.
And she's like going back and forth like with the receipt on her phone and like kind of like arguing with them over this soap. I was ready to just give her $7 and throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
I was here to pick up this stuff, and only one person can help at a time, apparently.
Yeah.
So someone else finally comes up.
Did you stick your hands down your pants to get noticed?
I didn't try that. I should have. So I'm standing there with the barcode open on my phone, like you can see it.
Yeah, I told you.
It's there. And she's like, all right, I can help whoever's next. And this guy I didn't even realize was around comes up like behind me because it's right by the check stands. He just comes up behind me and he's like, yeah, we have the white crib to pick up. And I was like, what? Am I not standing? Am I invisible?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, she'll be like, oh, I'm helping him or whatever, like to me.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Just starts like, oh, yeah, wait, the crib? Yeah, this. And she's like, going on. And is like, gonna get the crib for him. And then finally, after all that, she's like, oh, you have a barcode? I'm like, yeah, here to pick stuff up. And she scans it. And she comes back. She's like, okay, I'll go get it. And she goes towards the store. And I'm like, oh, did they not like put it together yet or something? Like the items?
Yeah.
She comes back. Guess what she comes back with?
Vegetable oil?
A big white crib.
Oh, no.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And then I forget what happened. The bag was ready and she just got the bag. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, it's real. The Target pickup line is cursed.
Yeah, and they don't care who they help because you're just a transaction to them because they're just, They don't
have to give customer service because they already got your money.
Yeah, they're just there to fulfill orders. How many people came in, how many people pick stuff up.
Yeah. But it's just so weird. That guy came out of nowhere. I think he was checking out and they told him to go over there, and it just happened to be right when she was like, I'll help whoever's next. And he just, yeah, we have the white crib.
I don't know. Yeah, and people, yeah. Yeah, I was at Costco the other day, and this is along the same lines, and it really annoys me. And it's sort of the same thing, but, they still have the plastic up on the aisles, and but they have their gun, to scan your card first before they can start the transaction, And so, like, the lady just holds the gun out, like, up to the plastic.
Yeah.
And is, like, looking over here, like, not even talking or not even saying anything to me, like, hey, or, do it here or whatever. And so I just kind of put my card there. And I only had a couple things that day, so just do fast already. And I don't like I said, one of the, negative things about everything electronic, everything card, so then I'm not handing her anything. I'm just tapping my card on the little machine.
Yeah.
It gets done. And she, as she's getting ready for the next person, she just hands out the receipt again like this, like not even looking. Just...
Here.
Yeah, she never even looked me in the eye one time. And that, if anything sort of riles me up, it's that, because that just seems like inhumane. And
yeah,
that kind of stuff bothers me.
When she held the gun up to the plastic thing, I would have just put my forehead down.
Kill me.
How she looked. Be like, oh, I thought you were taking her temperature for COVID.
Oh man.
Or if you remember her, what she looks like, or if you notice that it's her because she's doing it again, when you go to take the receipt, just start walking away and then hold your hand out back, hold it back.
Yeah.
As you're walking away.
I'm sure they would hate that.
I know, but I like getting petty back.
Okay, that goes
the other day.
Go ahead.
I put up reserve seats because it was like specific seats. I needed a group of 3 to get on at a certain stop, and so I literally only had 3 seats in a row saved, and then all the other ones were open. The first 2 people on the train. Are you frozen? Are you back?
No.
2 people on the train sit in those seats, but I wasn't like watching them because I was down on the ground. And so then when I get up there, after a bunch of other people,
it's like the only 2 seats that show reserved.
They literally had to move these big blue signs that said reserved, and they put them in like the glove box. So then I get on there, I'm like, were there reserve signs here? And of course they're like, duh, what?
Brad Garrett.
Yeah. I'm like, reserve sign blue. Did you see those?
No.
Oh, this? And they pull it out of the thing.
It's in the back of the seat now.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, like I'm reserved. And I just go, oh, weird. I guess you guys didn't know what reserve meant.
You said that to them?
Yeah. And I just took them and walked away. And luckily there were other seats that worked out available. But it was like, you literally had first choice on the whole car, and that's what they chose.
I sound like an old man, but people just aren't, I don't know, they're not like conscientious about things anymore or something.
Yeah, I was working with this guy, and he has been there for a long time, been working here for a long time, and like tired of people. And someone was like, are there other seats available that face forward? And like the cars face half and half because it goes back and forth both ways. And this like adult lady just was like, are there any seats up there open that face forward? And he goes, you're an adult, you can go look. Or something like that.
I know.
I don't know. He was just at it. He says lots of things I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
I had a crazy thing on the train the other day. So I was going to Spokane, and you go that way via Edmonds and Everett, and then cut over and kind of follow Highway 2.
Oh, all the way up there?
Yeah. And so you go along the water, which is nice, and it was that first week where it was like 90 degrees or whatever a couple of weeks ago. And there's tons of people in like the parks and beaches and stuff. But there's a beach right before Edmonds. There's like a big oil tank, some sort of tank industrial thing there on the water. I don't know if they fill up boats or whatever, something out there, these huge tanks. And then right after that is a little like cove, and it's a nude beach.
It is?
Yeah. But usually it's a bunch of old guys.
Yeah.
And so I've seen many a time there, I've seen some low-hanging fruit.
It is?
What?
That's weird.
I don't think it's an official, like...
Well, yeah.
But because it's, like, in this little cove, it's, like, away from everything else. Are you Googling pics?
Not pics, but... Okay. Seattle train commuters get daily glimpse of male nude beach.
Ooh.
It happens in a flash. Come on.
Oh, that's like I read an article about the Russian oligarch's yacht that got
seized.
They're saying there was a Fabergé egg on there, like a real original one.
Wow.
And the article, the New York Post or whatever, said the jewel-encrusted ovum was found, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, did you really have to say that?
Come on.
You're on thesaurus.com when you're writing this article.
It happens in a flash as the afternoon sounder trains carry commuters north from Seattle to Everett. A glance at an otherwise secluded beach frequented by mostly gay men who take it all off. Every day we look outside the train and count how many there are in their birthday suits, said Sarah Thompson of Edmonds, a project manager. It's a plus for riding the train. It's an added bonus. It's the entertainment factor for the sounder. The beach below a bluff in Woodway, a peaceful suburb, bills itself as the quiet place, has been a favorite with male nudists for decades.
Yeah.
In 2004, the start of the sounder service gave them new exposure to commuters shunning Interstate 5 traffic. Come on, too wordy. Follies for a ride along the eastern shore of the Puget Sound. All the women pile themselves up against the window. I doubt that.
Yeah.
Dude, women are not interested in low-hanging fruit, for sure.
Yeah, especially these are old, out-of-shape
exactly.
men. So yeah, it's normally that, and it has lots of other names like Lube Oil Beach and all this stuff because it's right next to those tanks.
Well, Thompson says sometimes we get kind of rowdy about it, but I bet the thrill is gone. This was in 2006.
Well, it's still happening.
Well, I mean, the newness is worn off, you know?
Oh, but it's been going on for decades.
Let's see. Although nude sunbathing and trespassing on private property are against the law, the officers generally give warnings and seldom issue tickets yet. By some accounts, the beach has been frequented by gay men since the 1930s, said Mayor Carla Nichols, and local residents have not complained. Everybody in the town is aware. Now that we have the commuter trains going regularly, it makes sense it would eventually become a feature. They're proud of it.
It's a feature, all right. And we have other features, like when we go through Skycomish, there's a girl that always, not 90% of the time, opens her front door and sticks her butt out and like dances it around. I call her the brown-eyed girl.
Dum, da, da, dum, dum. What a great song. You're my brown-eyed girl.
Yeah, so that's a frequent Amtrak, what'd they call it? Entertainment, what'd they say? At the end there of the article?
Featured
attraction.
Yeah, I remember we went to this girl's house one time in college, and the train, they had like a Kirkland dinner train or something.
The dinner mystery train or whatever.
It wasn't always the mystery one, but yeah.
Yeah, the dinner train, and it goes out towards the mountains.
Yeah, and it was like 10 feet back behind their, little duplex or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like, duh, the train's coming. So they had to go flash, so like it was a regular thing they did.
That never happens to me. Except for, listen to this. This was not a feature. This was a rare sighting that I had last week or whenever that was, when it was like 90.
Dude, you see a brown-eyed girl every day. Wait, she just shakes her booty? She doesn't...
Yes.
Shakes her uncovered booty?
Or what?
Uncovered booty?
Yeah, it's like her pants are like mostly down her butt. But
she's not doing Ace Ventura or anything.
Do what?
She's not doing Ace Ventura or anything.
No. What does he say?
Yeah.
I can't think of what he says. All I can think of is "Do not pass go. Do not collect $200."
Yeah. What's he say the first time? Well, he says, "Alrighty then."
Yeah.
He does. He does that with his butt once.
Yeah. So I go past Lou Boyle,
Captain Stubing, or whatever he says.
I go past Lou Beach with the gay men, and I think there was some out there or whatever. I'm used to it by now. But then right after that, just on the normal, what I would consider normal beach, because it's like out of the cove and anybody can just walk down there, there's a girl laying out, no top.
I thought you were going to say a couple.
Well, you're on the right track.
Okay.
Out there, no top, and then her significant other, male, is with her, with his hand down her pants, twiddling her.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was like, "Geez," it's out in plain daylight.
Nothing stops people in public. Isn't that crazy? You know, it's like I don't know why I think about this, but like the Urban Meyer video. Do you remember that? It happened when he was like losing with the Jaguars, and he was caught, like he had a girl like dancing in his own bar, like they had a bye week, and then he didn't go home with the team.
I think who Urban Meyer was.
Yeah, and he didn't go home with the team, and he went to his bar or whatever, and there were people. Then the girl was dancing in his, in between his legs. But then there's one where he's like reaching. I mean, she's in jeans, but he's like reaching back from behind her and sticking his fingers.
Yeah.
In the no-fly zone, and it's just like, people have fun. Like you're in a public place. How does that not stop people?
Yeah.
People don't stop doing anything in public.
Yeah.
Actually, this brings me to one of my gripes and one of my updates. It's not, and it has to do with one example of it is my neighbor, and it has to do with my neighbor. And now I don't think it's her boyfriend. I think it's her brother or something. So he's got this truck, and did I send you a picture of it, or did I just tell you? Yeah, so he's got this truck. It's a big truck, and then he's got the low profile tires, which they're too low. It looks kind of cool, but the tires are just too thin.
Yeah.
But then besides he has an ISIS hunting permit on the. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was back in 2001. So he's got his ISIS hunting permit, which, come on. He's got a bunch of other stickers on there, but big in the back is BLM, but it says Bang Local MILFs.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, he hops out of the truck, and he's got a...
He lands on 2 feet because it's too high up, and he's short.
He is a little bit on the shorter side. And I can't remember if I think he came out with a Let's Go Brandon t-shirt on for and wait, side gripe is like that's so dorky.
Yeah.
To make your aesthetic. Oh, I sent somebody because I saw somebody in a Trump bikini just like recently, like 2 weeks ago or something. Yeah. And I was like, he's not the president anymore. And if your aesthetic is like a 80-year-old president, like,
Or just any sort of political vibe.
I know. Like, why is it dorky to be like Disney family and then you have the Star Wars or whatever little figurines or like, you know, decals in your window? Yeah. Like, that's all of a sudden dorky, but you can have like BLM, ISIS hunting, let's go Brandon gear on.
Yeah, all of it.
Whatever, all of it. And like, that's just as dorky or even dorkier. At least once something that just is entertainment that brings fun to your life and happiness.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it brings happiness to them, but it's just like, come on. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But anyway, also, it's like, it's crazy the stuff you see, like, just out in public now. Like, he parks across the street, and he parks up in the neighbor's driveway, and he's straight across from... he's straight across from Landon's window. I'm sure Landon's seen it.
Yeah.
And he hasn't asked me what a MILF is yet.
Landon's loves BL now.
But there's another... I took a picture of something the other day. What was it?
You sent me the car with the sticker that says I suck toes and his license plate is toe sucker.
That's a good one. How about this one?
That's a good one. Where was that?
I don't know. It's like a chicken... I don't know where I screenshot this from. There's like a chicken restaurant and it says taste the cock just on the back of the shirt, but the guy's like doing what's it called when you stand on the corner and you try to get people to come in?
Barking.
He's just standing on the corner in a taste the cock shirt.
Yeah.
And
whack.
But it's just like people just do that out in public with no, like, they don't think about I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, there's the crazy ones.
Yeah, so I just got every day.
All good shirts.
Every day outside my window is bang local MILFs. Not every day, but it's just strange. It's funny how everything's like I started following this one that's called View Porn, and I follow these couple of accounts that are like, I can't remember if I follow cabin porn or not, but like everything's like food porn, view porn, cabin porn,
earth porn.
Yeah,
I like earth porn. One time I told Dad about that and he did not get it, and he just was like, "What?" My God, it's just like really good landscape photography. It's just like, yeah, okay.
His brain is broken.
Yeah.
Oh, I listened to what you said from last week.
About college?
College? That was a couple weeks ago.
Well, I just listened to that one, and it was a good therapy session for myself to re-listen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought that was a good conversation.
Yeah.
I felt bad because I actually didn't know how you felt about any of that time of your life. So I was like, I didn't quite know how to bring it up, but also it's been such a long time and we've talked around it before. So, and I know you're not like, oh, I'm so sad about it or whatever. So I thought it was fine, but also
bring it. You could bring anything up. Yeah, I wish that I still had my foreskin.
Well, we went to Spiro's the other day,
Just
and
kidding.
Now Declan's been asking when we can go back to the place and do weights.
Oh, yeah.
You know, sometimes, just like it's happening right now, you or I are looking at our phones and we're not paying attention to what, we're trying to keep the pod going and we're not giving our whole attention to what's being said. And you were saying something, and I 100% just did not hear a single word of it. I tried to just pick up on the last sentence and see if I could keep it going.
Oh no, I thought I listened to it.
But you were talking about all change is traumatic to your.
Oh yeah, and you're just like, I do not accept therapy. and you just moved on.
But I was gonna say, I was listening to it for the first time as I was editing. Is that something you heard? Is that like heard a little bit somewhere, or?
Yeah, from like some, I don't know, it was psychologist or
Jordan Peterson,
behavioral Jordan Peterson, or who's that fake guy? Tate, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like talks about
Cobra Tate.
Yeah. No, it was like a psychologist or something.
His YMH episode was so funny.
Yeah, I just was watching clips of that. Yeah, I was saying like when you're going through stuff, like any sort of change, like moving, even if it's like for something good, like you got a new job,
right,
and it's getting a bonus, or whatever. Even if it's a positive change, it's still like traumatic to your brain because your brain is so wants to be comfortable and wants to know what's going to happen, wants to be safe. So even like a good change, say you got some new job and you're moving to, you bought a new house and you're moving. It's like every change is traumatic for your body. So it's like a good thing to be aware of when you're going through that and how you might like treat other people or how you feel or, how you're reacting to things because your body is heightened.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
That's one of the things I think about, like being out in the world and stuff like that. Like I was saying about like treating people sort of inhumanely. It's like everybody is like acutely aware of all the things. I mean, going back a couple episodes ago, just talking about like, it was that when we were talking about college and I was saying like, everybody's able to create a story for themselves about why they have these hang-ups or why they didn't succeed at this or whatever. And we have this whole narrative for ourselves. It's not that hard. It doesn't take that much effort to give that to somebody else and, give yourself 1 second to sort of act kindly or even just humanely to somebody else. But if it's not a reflex, you have to build the reflex into your life. I think that's the hard part. Because if you've never been that way your whole life, like most of the ways we relate to people out in the world, if you're at the grocery store, you're running here, you're running there, you're seeing somebody at a counter, you're doing whatever. A lot of it is just like instinct. It's just like transactional, blah, blah, blah. And if you're not careful, you have all these like reflexes that might not be good, I guess.
I have apparently a bad reflex. I've been told. People say, "Hey, how are you?" I say, "Oh, good, thanks," and I don't say, "How are you back?"
You don't care. I don't care. That's what I think. It's like they're asking me how I am, so I'm getting ready to tell them.
I answer the question. And
actually, we've been talking to Landon a lot about that recently because,
the person that told me that I do that, they're not around anymore. So. Keep doing it.
Actually, I used to do that with Tammy a lot. Like, I wouldn't ask her about her day, but also I'd say like,
I don't do it to people I know. It's people like.
No, I would partly do it because she'd be texting me things that happened through the day, like, oh, look at something funny that Landon did, or look, Declan did this, or oh my gosh, my mom called and she said we got blah 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 blah. And it's like, you already told me 8 things that happened during your day, so I sort of get how your day went. If it would have something bad would have happened, you would have told me that too.
Right.
So it's like, I'm not going to walk in through the door and ask you how your day was. I already know how your day was.
Yeah, how was your day? Being provided for and, doing whatever you want and blah, blah. Just.
But you have to care about other people. But what I was saying about Landon is like sometimes he'll argue, like you'll say blah, like,
for no reason.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
It's not 9 o'clock, it's 8:57.
Exactly. That kind of thing. And it's like on one hand, it happens frequently right now. And so it's kind of annoying. But, and it's not, I don't want him to be in like argument mode, but also, just it becomes sort of, it's just a reflex right now. It's just like a pattern he's in. And so I try to tell him like, hey, I don't want you to like really be in trouble for this because I don't think you're really doing it consciously, but you need to know. But then it's like, if you don't make it happen, how are you going to break that pattern? And you can't.
Maybe you could say it's more like you're coming across like.
Yeah. Yes, he's
rude.
He's not quite good at that yet. He's still in kid mode a little bit that ways. But he's becoming more like self-conscious. So.
Yeah. What's the thing I say? Is that the one about empathy? It might have been on TikTok. It was one of the ones like, oh yeah, it said like someone says, oh, I'm really sorry you feel that way. I totally understand, blah blah blah. And then it was like bothered by them responding like that, and they liked it better when someone was like responding to their sad story by going oof.
Oh yeah, that was good.
So that's me.
Except
empathy.
It wouldn't even be oof. It'd be the oof meme guy.
Yeah, the oof. And then the dryer
oof size.
The dryer load size. That's oof size large. That is one of my regulars. That one is one of my regulars. And then the Stanley turning slowly to the camera from the office. Just.
I like the mouthing the WTF from the Blink-182 video.
I don't think I know that.
That's a GIF.
Oh. It's Blink-182 mouth.
That's not. I don't usually search Blink-182 mouth.
Because I thought you couldn't search like bad words.
You can't.
WTF comes up.
You put in WTFF.
Oh, I didn't know that was from Blink-182's video.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Let's stop recording this episode, at least.
Okay. As we're Googling stuff. Who's that one person no one's heard of?
Let's recap this.
I'm in Portland. There was a shooting here.
Will's in Portland. Planes are flying overhead. Planes are not flying into buildings. We're updating. We are
getting ignored in Target.
We're sometimes on the train. We're sometimes in Target. Some gay men get naked. In near Edmonds. What city did I say it was? Wood
Park.
Yes.
Word.
Something.
Wordle.
Next time we'll be in person, and I'm committing myself right now to do jokes next time.
Me too, and dress light because it's going to be hot.
Okay, that's the episode.